Hello, welcome to week 7 of the road to 355. Starting out really well, 0.67 meters per second for a 180 front squat, so it's a huge PB, velocity PB. Still chasing 0.7, but really happy to get up there, 0.67, so getting closer, still a little bit of a way to go. Snatch doubles 130, so getting back up there in weight. What was promising about this week, the reps weren't the best. The second reps always a little bit off, but I managed to get up to 130 and go through the sets very quickly. It took me maybe 15 minutes, but usually would take kind of half an hour to 45, probably half an hour, let's say. I warmed up really well, really fast, and then I probably rushed a little bit through the sets, but I whizzed through it, and I was really happy with that. But might slow it down a little bit next week, but felt really good. And then 135 for some power clean. I want to say triples. Again, these were nice. These were fine. Happy with this. Solid. Then we had pulls 145 from the low hang. These are getting there, starting to get some real height on them. Would like a little bit less arms, but beggars can't be choosers. How's that? Once I get this to 150, I'll be really happy, but again, just no rush and trying to keep it slow and trying to keep the progressions a bit slow and not rush to add weight. I want it to be as close to perfect as I think I can get it before I start bumping it up. This is 190, this is the fastest clean pulls I've been, and it's not to do with strength, it's just that setup. That change in setup seems to have been an absolute game changer, so very happy. And then here we had 2+1 block clean jerks, 155, so bumped up by 5 kilos. Been on 50 for quite a long time now, and I was told these looked very easy, so still keeping a little bit in the pocket, to be honest, a little bit in the tank. I think once I get to 160 on these, I'll be very, very happy, especially if they look like this. But right now, sitting at kind of 75-ish%, I think, maybe 80, just about 80%. Push press triples, 131. Nothing to really report here, except how sweaty I look. Nice. Nice. Okay. Solid. We have deficit snatch pulls 165. Very happy with this. These are moving really fast, actually. Heaviest pulls I've ever done as well, snatch. And then 180 for the deficit clean pulls. Same thing, RE, the setup seems to be the one. Move much faster off the floor and also not painful, so happy days. We then had Wednesday session, kind of like a S&C GPP session, but we get some heavy pressing in. So we've got 50 kilo dumbbells, incline press sets at 8. I can see these being pretty useful over time if I can get up to multiple sets of 8 to 10. Thursday, warming up, 160 tempo front squat, no nothing, shoes, belt, sleeves. And then up to 190 doubles. Keeping the front squats the same for a long time, actually. I haven't been pushing them. I am actually starting to push the back squat a little bit more. Keeping the front squat focus at speed. And then here we had block snatch, I want to say triples, 115. These are moving very fast. No spinning as well, happy about that. Jerk doubles, 160. Starting to look smooth. And then 165 for the last set. So we had three sets, 2 at 160, 1 at 165. Again, I think once that gets kind of above 170, 175, I'll be in a very good place. Big James in the background there, smoking some snatches. And then this was the Saturday session, so this was a big session. So I got 3x2 pause back squat 225. It's a huge volume PB. This whole Saturday session was just enormous. Everything was massive. Everything was big, difficult, volume and intensity. But we had power snatches, doubles, 120 and then 123 this second set. Second rep caught it a little bit lower. Probably wouldn't call it a strict power, but definitely not a full. And then what really killed me off was clean and jerk triples, 140, 140, and then 145 on the last set. And these actually weren't too bad. Breathing wise, I was actually okay. During, as soon as I dropped the last rep, I was absolutely gassed. But kind of in between reps, especially second and third rep, I was actually kind of fine. So my conditioning is definitely improving, obviously, which I'm really happy about. And then we had heavy pulls, 170. This is when the fatigue really started to kick in and I did start to feel a little bit beaten up. But still, 170 pulls is moving like that as well. Can't complain, I'm pretty happy about that. Here's another set for some reason. Hopefully looking at a 160 snatch sooner rather than later. And then the light Chakarov low hang pulls, keeping these at 140 just because I've only just started doing them properly. I've only just started doing them without loads of pain. This is probably sandbagging a little bit in terms of weight, but because it's on the Saturday session after all that other stuff, I'm not too unhappy to keep it at that kind of weight for now. This is me taking my shoes off, that's me done. And then on Sunday, absolutely battered. Did 140 for behind the neck triples, and that was all I had to do. So was absolutely battered on this day. So I just, yeah, nothing incredible happened. Had to coach early on as well, so kind of a little bit sleep deprived and fatigued, but that's okay. And then on the last exercise we just did my offset earthquake press, snatch press. Got it up to 45 with a hanging 5, so 45, 50 kilos in total. So another solid week. That is week 7. As I filmed this, week 8. I'm going to do a slightly reduced Monday session, take away the squats and pulls if I get in at all, because I've got some busy stuff going on, but we'll try to get in and just do snatches and power cleans.